Holocaust survivor shares story of fleeing Nazi persecution at UVA discussion. Charlottesville, Virginia. WVIR, Holocaust survivor Allan Hall is sharing his harrowing experience of fleeing Nazi persecution, in hopes of better educating Charlottesville community members and University of Virginia students. On Monday, March 25, he spoke at the UVA School of Law, warning people about extremists in our country. Allan Hall was young when the Nazis took over his home city of Krakow, Poland, in 1939. However, he was able to escape to the United States and made a successful life for himself. Now, he's sharing his account of the Nazi regime. Our idea of long-range planning was how do we survive this day, Hall said. Hall was just 4 years old when the Nazis rose to power and began slaughtering his Jewish brethren. Imagine going to the scariest movie you can imagine and be there for 5.5 years, Hall said. Hall and his Polish Jewish family fled Nazi control, escaping capture twice. Any given movement, any day, somebody could burst through a door, and I'd be killed on the spot, Hall said. The Halls eventually escaped the Holocaust, first taking refuge in France before immigrating to the U.S. in 1947. Came to the United States, 12 years old. I couldn't read, couldn't write, I had no arithmetic, and had no English, Hall said. From those humble beginnings in America, Hall went on to work as an engineer and later a lawyer for more than 2 decades, before eventually becoming a college professor. Worldwide, we are seeing huge amounts of nationalism, extremism, and I think it's a real danger, Hall said. Hall acknowledged the August 2017 violence in Charlottesville, and dedicated his speech to Heather Heyer, before warning everyone that what happened in Nazi Germany can happen in our country, too. We're living in very dangerous times and it can happen here, it can happen now, Hall said. Hall fears today's tumultuous political climate, which he says is full of hateful rhetoric and starkly contrasting views, is giving rise to a dangerous breed of extremism. When the Nazis took control of Germany, they only represented 6% of Germans, and I would imagine that between the American Nazi Party, skinheads, and all the other extremists, we have more than 6% here, Hall said. Monday night's talk was put on by the Jewish Law Students Association at UVA. Students and community members were able to ask Hall any questions they had at the end. Hall also walked around personally greeting and shaking the hands of each person in attendance.